This is a video about heart virtues. Your heart virtue or your soul essence is the one value, the one quality of the divine, the one quality of life that you value so deeply, that is so deeply meaningful to you that every time you experience it or express it or embody it, you'll literally move to tears of joy. And you have these goosebumps all over your body. So, for example, Martin Luther King Jr.'s heart virtue was brotherhood. Mother Teresa's heart virtue was compassion. You can see, you can tell that they stood for that heart virtue their entire life. And they were willing to die for it. That's the other thing about heart virtues. It's the one value that's non-negotiable, that's so deeply meaningful to you that you're willing to die for it. So not only do you experience goosebumps when you experience your heart virtue, and that's how you know you're experiencing your heart virtue, the flip side of it is that you'll experience raw rage every time it's being challenged or violated. And that's another way to know your heart virtue, to write down a list of all the moments in your life when you experience raw rage, because you were committed to something beautiful that got violated, and that's your heart virtue. And so those are the two ways of knowing your heart virtue, to write down all the moments in your life when you had goosebumps and tears of joy, and write down all the moments in your life when you had raw rage. However, most people have developed a blind spot around their heart virtue because when you were young you wanted to fit in. You were born into a family called tribe. And what's the number one thing we hear as children? The word no. And it's so painful to know what's most deeply meaningful to you and not be able to go after it, that we stop going after it. And that's why even coaches need a coach to discover their heart virtue. And it's so incredible to know your heart virtue. And each heart virtue is unique. For example, my heart virtue is that I'm committed to experiencing divinity and sharing awakening. I have another friend whose heart virtue is the oneness of communion that destroys all barriers. Another person's heart virtue is co-creative joy that comes from true understanding of each other. You see how unique it is? If there are 7 billion people on earth, then there are 7 billion heart virtues. And the great thing about knowing your heart virtue is that those moments of pure ecstasy, of goosebumps and tears of joy, they don't have to be accidents anymore. You can build your life around it. For example, I've built my life around divinity and awakening by becoming a coach and helping as many people as possible awaken, because I'm committed to all 6 billion people awakening and experiencing the beautiful divinity of who they really are, their large self, how peaceful it is, how joyful it is, how loving it is to be with divinity, to be with who you really are, with that decision maker inside you beyond your unconscious programming. And I would love it if you discover your heart virtue as well. So contact me for it. It used to take me an hour or two to discover your heart virtue, but I've discovered a much faster way. And that takes only 15 minutes, where you don't even have to write down a list of your goosebump moments and rage moments anymore. All it takes is a 15-minute session with me. Alright, have an amazing, beautiful day. I love you. I love you. I love you.